Hey guys, Tactical. So, this week's review. Flashlights. Two things I will always have on me is my knife and my flashlight. I do not understand people that don't carry a flashlight or don't feel the need to carry a flashlight. Like, I use this thing several times a week, and it's always on my person. I mean, it's. I actually just had a conversation with my friend Nicole Sauce because I carried one of this exact flashlight for a lot of years. I don't know how long, it was 3, 4, or 5 years. I had the same flashlight. And I gave it to my friend Nicole Sauce because I also had this one with me. And this one's the same but different. I'll get into that in a minute. But I gave her one of these because she needed a decent flashlight. And she said that she had a situation where a pipe broke in her house, so the whole house was about to flood, and she ran out to shut the water off, and I don't know if it was in like a closet or like a shed or whatever, but there was a light in there, but instead of fiddling with the light and trying to find the light switch and blah blah blah, etc., she just pulled her flashlight out, spotted the valve, shut the valve off, kept the house from flooding. Like, I've had a number of situations like that, like, you hear something in the woods or the power goes out, whatever the case might be. Like, why would you not want to carry a flashlight? It's mind-boggling to me. But anyway, I became a fan of Streamlight because I don't know if you've ever watched, like, the movies where the firefighters go in and they've got the little red L-shaped flashlight that's hooked on the strap for their SCBA. That's a Streamlight flashlight. All the fire departments use the same one. It's made by Streamlight. We used to use, or still do use, the same one on ship. So I've used them a number of times, and those things can take an enormous amount of abuse. I've knocked those things over, and it hits everything on the way down. It's like a pinball machine. It hits the deck plate, and then a piece of angle iron, and then a pipe, and then something else, and then it eventually lands in the bilge, and in this mess of salt water and oil and fuel and whatever else happens to be in the bilges. And the thing's still on, and you gotta stick your hand into that mess and pull it out and take a rag and wipe it all off. But the thing still works. It didn't even damage it. The things can take an enormous amount of abuse, and that's one of their cheaper flashlights. So this thing, being one of, I guess, their midline, I guess you'd call it, flashlights, I mean, it's definitely a good flashlight. So I kind of got hooked on them, and they're also, I don't want to say simplistic, but they're not overly complicated. So there's all kinds of companies out nowadays that are making flashlights, and they've got 15 different settings. I don't need 15 settings. This thing has 3. You've got the bright mode, you've got the strobe, so if you push and hold twice, and then you've got the dim setting. So the two that I use on the regular is the bright and the dim. I haven't found a use for the strobe, but it's cool it has it. I'm sure eventually one day I'll probably use it, but whatever. You can just push and hold and it'll come on and stay on until you let off, or you can actually click the switch and it'll stay on. So between those features, it's nice for me because I didn't bother looking up the specs on this thing before I started this video, but I think the bright setting is 200 and some odd lumens, 211 or something like that, and the dim is 90 or something like that. But I find it convenient because if you're outside and you hear something in the woods line and you want to light up whatever's over there and see what it is, the bright setting will do that. But if you're in the house and you're not looking to blind yourself, and like the power goes out and you just need to get from here to over there in the house, like you can use the dim setting and not blind yourself and completely destroy your night vision. So I find the simplistic nature of this, having just, you know, the 3 settings and just some simple version of just, you know, pushing, and the number of times that you push gets you to the setting that you want, as opposed to some of them that have like this memory thing and like, you know, you get it to that and then it stays on that until you want to change it to something. No. Simple. Another thing with this one too, I mentioned this one as well. You can see kind of the height difference in these two. This one takes a CR123 battery. This one takes a CR123 or a AA. It'll take both. I have a lot of CR123s because it's very common with weapons, so weapons, lights, optics, that type of thing. So it's not a big deal. I have a lot of CR123s, that's why I prefer this one, kind of, on top of the fact that it's shorter than this one. This one, if I put it in my pocket and I have something else in my pocket, a lot of times something will get kind of like stuck up under it, and so it's kind of a pain to get it out of my pocket because it gets snagged underneath the flashlight. But the quality of these 2 flashlights is the same. So I have carried this one for an extended period of time, but my preference is this one that takes the CR123 just because it's shorter. And I do know that my friend Nicole has told me several times that she loves this flashlight because apparently women's clothing companies are sexist and they don't believe that women need full pockets, so they get like half pockets. But she says that this flashlight still fits in all of her clothing, in the pocket in all of her clothing. And she also really likes the clip because when she clips it into her pocket, it doesn't come loose unless she wants it to. So it definitely is an advantage with this one. It's definitely something that I like about this one, that it is a little bit shorter and more compact. So yeah, I think that about wraps this one up. I mean, ain't too much else to say. If you don't have a flashlight, get one, carry it, use it, you'll love it, and you'll look back and be like, I don't know how I ever lived without this before. So definitely look this up. I have them up on the website, tacticalredneckequipment.com. So yeah, check them out. Until next time, bye.